Hey everyone, I'm doing another video on some boots. These are the Red Wing 875 boots that I recently just picked up. I've just been wearing them in the house and breaking them in. Thought I'd do a video on them. You've probably seen some of my other videos on shoes. I've done another video on Red Wing boots, the Beckman 9016, so be sure to check my channel out for that. I've also got lots of videos on Alden boots as well as Wolverine 1000 mile boots, so make sure you check out my channel for that. Anyway, I decided to show you what these look like on feet first, and then I'll show you a close-up of them later, as I take them off my feet. But yeah, I really like these. As you can see, they've got a unique look. They've got the white kind of crepe sole. They're not a slimline boot by any stretch of the imagination. These are definitely a bulky type look. So you really have to be looking for that kind of look if you want to get these particular Red Wings. Again, these are the Red Wing 875 boots. And I like them. They're very comfortable, partly because of their crepe sole, and also, as you can see on the bottom, they don't have a cutout for the heel. It's just all one flat sole. So that provides a really good sort of arch support and stuff as you're standing on them. Also, they're originally made for working out in the field or for hunters and stuff like that. And the reason why the soles are such, designed such as they are is so that you can actually easily water them off or, rinse them off and, mud and stuff won't get trapped in there because the treads are fairly wide. So that's partly, the reason for these soles. Let me go ahead and read you a blurb from their website about the Red Wing 875. This is from their Heritage collection, and the leather is sort of a wax leather, so it's a different type of leather. And the way that you would treat these is you would simply brush the dirt off, wipe them with a damp cloth, and then apply some Red Wing boot oil, which I believe is a mixture of like pitch blende and mink oil. And that would sort of condition the leather of these. You don't really polish these with shoe polish or anything like that because they're sort of a waxy, soft kind of boot. And I do have to say that when I first put these on, they were certainly a lot more comfortable and easier and softer to get into than the Red Wing Beckmans that I have when new. These just feel a lot more comfortable right away because I think the leather is softer, and they will only get better with time. So as you can see, I have this leg kind of rolled up sort of high just so you can kind of see it. I wouldn't normally probably roll that up that high, but I just want you to be able to see the whole boot. But anyway, on the website it says that this boot is one of the two key styles that elevated the Red Wing brand to worldwide renown. The 875 and 877 were made with russet colored leather tanned by using the sap of sequoia bark. The process yielded a rich color that was very close to the coat of an Irish setter hunting dog. These boots provided excellent arch support and had a light cushioned crepe sole. The 877 was introduced first, and the 875 would quickly follow. They became an overnight sensation amongst hunters and workers alike. Together, the 875 and 877 became Red Wing's most widely recognized boots. Now, the main difference is the 877 is a much higher boot. It goes up a lot higher, on the leg. It's basically the same boot as these, but it's just much higher. I think the 875 today is more popular just because it's easier to get into. It's a little bit more convenient, and just not as much of a hassle as a high boot would be, to get into. These retail for about $259, and they're a little bit hard to find online in the 875 model and color. They do have a lot of the mock toe or moccasin toe boots in this same style, but in different leathers and different colors. So you want to be a little careful with that. Like if you go on Amazon, you may not be able to find the actual 875 model. And they oftentimes, they don't actually list, the model number, so you do want to be a little careful with that. The 875 I think is the one to get because it's in the original color and leather. And you might want to just get it locally at a Red Wing store or maybe on eBay or something like that if you don't have a Red Wing store near you or a store that carries these, because they do make other leathers that are different colors, like darker. So, or just not the original. But I think the 875 is the original color, and it's sort of a color, sort of brownish, reddish tan color. And I think it's a really nice color. I really like it a lot. So let me go ahead and take these off, and I'll show you them close up so you can get a better look. Alright, so this is what it looks like close up, and I have to say getting in and out of these is really very easy, easier than the other Red Wings that I have. They're just very easy to take, on and off, just because of the leather is so nice and soft on these. But as you can see, the laces are really cool. They're sort of a yellow and brown lace, sort of a two-tone lace, which I really like. And then this is the sole. As you can see, it's kind of a close-up on the sole. Kind of got a unique look to them. Some people have said that this type of sole, this kind of crepe sole, doesn't last real long, like not as long as a leather sole or something, but you can actually get these resoled fairly easily at a Red Wing shop, or even sending them back to the factory, because these do have the Goodyear welt all the way around, so they're relatively easy to resole. And I think you can get them resold for about 80 bucks or so. So, it's not really a concern of mine, and I think it's got a unique look. But as you can see, it's got the moccasin toe right here. And again, it's not a real slimline boot or anything like that. It's certainly a bulky boot, but that's really part of the look of it. The tongue is sort of attached or sewn to the actual part of the boot down here. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe a little hard to see at this angle. Maybe open them up here. There we go. So you can kind of see right here, the tongue is actually sewed in. So if you step in heavy water, like all the way up to here, the water's not going to come inside the boot. So you get some waterproof, sort of characteristics there too. So that's really nice too. So these are very rugged, and they're really made to use and abuse. And I think that's really part of the charm of them. They're not just for looks, although the looks kind of stem from the functionality and form of them, and how they've become sort of a trendy kind of look too because of that. But it's got this signature Red Wing triple stitch here, so this is sort of reinforced with 3 stitches, so it's not going to kind of fall apart. And all in all, I just think this is a really attractive boot. I really like it a lot. It's very comfortable to wear. It's relatively light, not super heavy. And these run pretty big, so you want to make sure to try them on or just know your size first, because they definitely run big. Like normally in most shoes I wear an 8.5D, and on these I wear an 8D, and they fit just perfectly. So I wouldn't want to get an 8.5D in these, because they would definitely be too big. But they're made in America. And as you know, I'm a big fan of sort of American heritage craftsmanship. And so I'm really glad to have gotten these boots. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Again, this has been my look at the Red Wing 875 boots. And these are them sort of new. I haven't even worn them outside yet, but looking forward to wearing these pretty extensively in the years to come. I think these should last at least a decade, if not decades. See you in my next video.